And welcome back to Jack and Mack's Thack. I'm Jack.
And I'm Mack.
And we are here today discussing Charles Dickens' Our Mutual Friend, monthly number 15. I just love the signs that he gives every time. It's just flawless, just consistency, just great job.
Alright.
Now, we start off with chapter 15. Now, remember...
The Golden Dustman at his worst.
Yeah, see, and the chapter is actually misleading because chapter 15 and 16 are all about the love story between Bella Wilfer and John Rokesmith, which we know that has been developing, but we haven't seen a peak. This is where we get the ending, just kind of, that wraps it all up. So, why don't you tell us about that?
Alright, so, I actually took this at face value, and I totally thought that Mr. Boffin suspected John Rokesmith of all the things he accused him of.
Yeah.
But he's actually just kind of doing it so then Bella will be like, wait a minute, I actually really like him.
Yeah.
So he fires him.
He tells him, this lady is far above you. The young lady's no match for you.
I can't even believe you tried.
Yeah, you had no money. You're not qualified. Can't believe you were,
Get out. And so he's like, okay, I will. So he leaves. Then Bella's distraught. She explodes at Mr. Boffin, says she'll never live there again, runs home.
Well, it's funny, before she goes home, she says, like, she's so angry at him, but she's also very excited because she realized that she actually does love John. And so Mr. Boffin's like, goodbye, and then Belle's like, you've been so kind to me. She's like, man, she's a little imbalanced.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's all over the place. So she's obviously in love, and the end of chapter 15, she says goodbye to Mr. Boffin and runs away in the dark.
Yep. And then she finds her dad.
That's right.
In
chapter
the middle
16
of a drug shop.
Yeah.
Which is drug storage.
Sure,
it's different back then, obviously.
Right. Well, fun fact, Walgreens is actually a drug store. They actually sell more than medical marijuana there.
What?
They sell Dr. Pepper.
That was
toilet paper?
I was inhaling food for you guys. That was not drugs.
Dude, this is going to go on YouTube.
Yeah, man. That was food. I was not implying.
Alright, chapter 16, the Feast of the Three Hobgoblins. Three hobgoblins representing Bella Wilfer, the dad, what's his name?
R. Wilfer.
R?
Rumpty.
Oh, got it. Rumpty. Good thing Mack did that here. Rumpty and John Rokesmith. And it's kind of, I feel like this chapter is actually kind of like a permission, in the old days where they had to get permission from the father.
Right.
It's almost like he's, saying, Mr. Rokesmith, it's fine that you get my daughter, even though he has no money, no social status. He loves his daughter, and therefore loves John because Bella Wilfer obviously is madly in love with him, even though he does not have any social status at all. So. And
also I forgot to mention on chapter 15, Rokesmith wasn't in on the whole thing, right?
No.
And so, I just can't even imagine.
I guess that's true.
What he might have been
thinking as Mr. Boffin's firing him.
He's just lecturing him on how he has no money, no status. He why did he ever go after her? And he must have just been sitting there. I should just tell them right now.
Exactly. It's so funny because he's like, Mr. Boffin, but I gave you all your money. The will is supposed to go to me. I actually own this house.
Because Mr. Boffin's talking about how he has so much money and stuff, and it's that's not your money.
Yeah, with Venus and Silas Wegg all trying to talk to him about his money, and he loves his money, and John Rokesmith's just sitting there. Man, money can do crazy things to people.
That's why I was kind of really happy in 16 when they get engaged.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, good.
Because I'm like, you know...
Finally, this guy has something to...
And it's actually probably better because then they know that they're not getting married for his money and whatnot.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Because like
they're getting married for love, which
Yeah.
is very rare in those days. That didn't
Yeah.
happen until about 1868. Like I'm just throwing that. All right, chapter 17.
This book was published before 1868.
It was. It was just 1849. 1849, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
Anyways.
so chapter 17. Guess who has another party? Veneering.
Oh, you know,
yeah.
Yo,
Veneerings. Actually, so funny because anytime something important happens in the book, the Veneerings always have a party.
Let's throw a party!
So on page 604 of Penguin Editions, the classic, obviously, it says, for it is by this time noticeable that whatever befalls, the Veneerings must give a dinner upon it. Lady Tippins lives in a chronic state of invitation and a chronic state of inflammation. I thought that was hilarious. She's always being invited, and she's always fattening out. Because the Veneerings, are having a dinner party constantly. Oh, so great. Anyway, so basically it's just small talk. They're talking with Twemlow. They're talking to Mr. Lamley, Mrs. Lamley, and let's see what else. The very end, I know it's important there. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Here's the ticket.
Okay, so at the very beginning, what Mama just gave us? Golden coins.
50
But it
cent,
isn't
man.
the age.
Woo! For what?
I'm pretending they're from the olden time.
Oh, she's
yeah.
pretending they're from the olden times.
From,
we don't.
with Sir
that.
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, liberty and prosperity
America.
with JFK right there. Good man, by the way. I actually went a couple weeks ago to Dallas and
Did you?
we saw the place where he was actually
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
Very sad.
This is all
Very
coincidental. We honestly did not plan this.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're trying to scramble. Chapter 17 at the very end. Eugene Rayburn, already a shady character, he's at the party too because of course Veneering's invited everybody because they want to get their social status.
You know,
Right?
like, who gets in, like, a guy from...
Yeah,
like,
valet.
caddy.
Sure, yeah, cabbie comes in. Yeah, and he's like, oh, excuse me. He says, it's a great sentence. What is it? It says, like, he eyes Mr. Mr. Twemlow gives, like, says an eye, here we go. Eugene looks, quote, excuse me, towards Mr. Veneering, goes out and finds young Blight, Mortimer's clerk, at the hall door, and this is where he goes and talks to Mr. Dawes. I almost said Clocks. Remember, Mr. Dawes was the guy who they, Lightwood and Eugene grilled to get the location.
They just got him slammed with alcohol.
That's right. Yeah, right. That guy. So we're thinking that this is the destination of Lizzie's, where what Eugene is looking for. So he goes out to the car, and Mr. Dawes rolls down his window, and he starts talking to him, and very, very vague language. And Eugene says, "Okay, good. That's 15, whatever, pence, yen, whatever he gives him, pesos," and he pays it to him. And he says, "Great, awesome, thank you for your work." Then he secretly tells the cabbie driver, "Go to Promontory Point, whatever it is. Give him a ride back to Charing Cross, Shark Boy, and there, get rid of him." So they're gonna kill this guy. We don't know what they're plotting. Wow. Oh, shillings. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Not yen. It's shillings, Mac.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Euros, shillings.
So at the end of the third book, I almost imagine like on a TV show where you get the slow smile, then it shuts off.
You want to give them slow
All right. So Eugene Rayburn's like, "So I'll be a benefactor to society and go a stroll and a cigar, and I can think this over. Think this over." Boom! Just like that, and that is how it's done. That's the end of book 3. Super suspicious stuff. When we come back, we're going to be starting monthly number 16, book the 4th, A Turning, chapter 1. Again, I'm Jack.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Jack and Max, Thack Attack. See you later, guys.
Bing bing bam dum dum bum ba dum bam bum ba dum bum bum ba ba bum bum bum.
What's going on?